Proud of it? You should be. Would have been better if Michigan won, but for your case.
Well, it'd be better if they were more goals. I mean, there was 2 goals. Evan kept asking me yesterday, what's your goal call? What's your goal call? And I was like, I have no idea what my goal call is. It was like the first time I did a baseball game, and I was so intent on describing what happened. My home run call was literally, and the ball is over the wall for a home run, which technically it was. And that led to the stupid big old bowl of bean soup thing I did. But
the problem with the signature call is that it's so obvious that somebody has thought of it to be a signature call.
You're filling in, right?
Yeah.
You know my old saying, don't come in hot?
Yeah.
Don't come in hot.
I agree with you.
You don't do a signature call till you've been doing it for like 4 years, which isn't going to happen. Well, maybe not that long, but you move the chain.
You get a feel for it. It'll come organically, and then you'll find what your go-to is, and you go with it.
I wasn't trying to hit the deep ball. I was just trying to move the chains. Get first downs. Keep possession. All right, so we said before the break
Did you drop any of our names in the broadcast?
I did not. Would you have preferred that I did?
I think it would have been a nice little,
I'd like to say
tribute.
Hello to some friends of mine that aren't listening. Scott Anderson, Kang Wynn, Evan Jenkins.
No giant clam reference last night?
Yeah, big giant clam.
Maybe next time.
I asked for a shout-out on every single Michigan football game, and I've yet to get one.
Really? Huh.
Yes, I'm gonna give a shout-out to the guy that hates Michigan maybe more than Valeni. No.
Well, but what you could do is, Evan asks legitimate questions. We talk about off-the-air stuff with the games, and if Evan comes up with something that's really legitimate about the upcoming game, see, guys, I was talking with Evan Jenkins back at the station, and he was curious about this, and I thought it was a good point. Blank. You know what I mean?
Well,
just a little recognition for crying out loud.
You're right. We just got to wait for Evan to come up with make a good point.
We've been working on this show for 12 years, Doug.
Not with Evan.
Well, no, but you, me, and Kang have been there for 12 years together.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever mentioned you on a Michigan broadcast either.
No, I'm sure Jansen has, though.
If Jansen would mention anybody, it would be Evan. These two. Okay. Back to the point. Adam Gase is still out there.
He is.
And Adam Gase is a guy that could come to our area and fill an offensive coordinator spot.
He could. I think he'd look great in East Lansing.
Would you rather have him in East Lansing, or would you rather have him with the Lions?
Rather have him in East Lansing.
Lions.
Well,
because I care about my Spartans more than I care about the Lions.
But where's he more likely to end up?
Oh, the NFL. If an NFL team comes calling, you go to the NFL. Just ask Cliff Kingsbury. Or Chris Kingsbury, for that matter. They'll tell you.
Kingsbury would do.
Chris Kingsbury played guard for Iowa, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Woo! That's a relief. I'm like, where did I come up with Chris Kingsbury? He was a little white kid that would shoot it from 35 feet.
Iowa had a white kid on their team?
Come on, get out of here.
He was taking shots from the sticker.
Was he playing with Hoiberg?
No, he was Iowa State.
Oh.
Chris Kingsbury played for Iowa.
Who was the guy for Iowa that had the H in the last name?
That's a relief.
Who was Who was the sharpshooter for Iowa?
Chris Kingsbury was one of them.
Well, not Kingsbury, the other guy. The guy who was there for, it felt like, it's not Hoiberg, I'm going to say it again. You'll figure it out.
I'll have to look it up.
You'll scream it out. You're like, duh.
Give me a minute here.
Heinrich?
You're not thinking of Hummel, are you? Robbie Hummel?
No, he's Purdue.
Yeah.
Heinrich was Kansas.
All right.
You thinking about a white guy from Iowa?
It was a white guy from Iowa.
Jeff Settles? Was he in Iowa?
No, he was Wisconsin.
Did you say Jeff?
It was Jess. And he
Jess
was
Settles.
Oh, whatever, dude. You called him Chris Kingsbury. Stick to hockey highlights.
At least there is a Chris Kingsbury. There's no Jeff Settles.
Over on the far side is Dockery. Well, the Wolverines knock it away, and here comes Slaker with a chance. From the left circle, shot, scores. Top shelf, far side, 1-1.
Top shelf, far side. I like it.
Top shelf, far side.
That's what it was.
How about you yell just Kang on a goal? That'd be weird, right? 1-0, Kang!
Yes, it'd be very, very strange. And I probably wouldn't be back. Anyway, since we've... Good God.
What the hell were we talking about?
I have no idea.
Where the hell's the records room?
Adam Gase
Yes. No, Adam Gase. All right. So obviously, if the pros come calling, he'll choose the pros. But selfishly, here's the thing with Adam Gase. I don't even know how good of a coordinator he would be. I mean, are we wrong to think that the Dolphins? It's not like the Dolphins are some sort of offensive juggernaut, right?
Well, he was the hot offensive name prior to taking the job with the Dolphins. But here's the question.
In fairness, the Dolphins don't have the talent.
But let's go back to the thing that happens in football all the time. You might be a great offensive coordinator and a crappy head coach.
Yes.
Jim Schwartz, is he doing okay in Philly?
Yeah.
I mean, Gus Bradley failed with Jacksonville as their head coach. What did he do? He put together the scheme with 7 defensive backs on the field for like 75% of the snaps against Lamar Jackson and shut him down. And everybody's praising Gus Bradley. Head coach, failure. Defensive coordinator, great job. That's why Adam Gase is a guy that is, I'm not going to say perfect, but as the Lions seek an offensive coordinator, let it be Adam Gase.
Well, he was the quarterback coach for the Lions back in the day.
Coach at Michigan State, too.
Yeah. It was
from the area.
Quarterback coach of the Lions in 2007. Had been with the Lions in 2003 to 2007 as a scouting assistant, offensive assistant, and then quarterbacks coach in 07.
Why do I feel like that was a Culpepper year?
I think it may have been Culpepper. You get 07 and 08 because you get the 0-16 year, and you get all types of Orlovsky, and then there's the Kitna. I think it's more of a Kitna thing. It could be a Culpepper year, but not his fault.
It was Kitna, J.T. O'Sullivan, and Dan Orlovsky.
Yeah, but he followed Martz over he was with San Francisco for a while, and then with the Broncos for a while, and the line on Wikipedia says, Gase contributed to Peyton Manning's record-breaking passing season in 2013. I would bristle at that as much as I bristle as Joe Lombardi contributed to Drew Brees having an MVP-type season in 2018. So this is why I say I'm not so sure that he's the guy, because then when he became a head coach in Miami did nothing. You know, now giving you're hitching your wagon to Tannehill and all that.
Stop. Who cares if he didn't make it as a head coach? We don't want him as a head coach.
I'm looking at the offense, though. If he's the offensive guy, and I look at what Miami's offense was in those years,
he wasn't the offensive coordinator. He was fine as an offensive coordinator. As a head coach, failed. There's plenty of examples of guys that can get the job done as a coordinator that are considered to be bright minds at that job, then become head coaches and fail. Schwartz, Bradley are 2 examples I just thought of off the top of my head. But
no, I get it. If guys have had great success doing it, my point is, I'm not so convinced that Gase had great success as an offensive coordinator because he got to work with Peyton Manning. I mean, we discount Jim Caldwell's influence all the time on the Colts because, hey, buddy, you were with Peyton Manning.
Stop here. Just last week, you were talking about how you want a coordinator that's worked with an immobile quarterback.
Yeah.
There you go. Adam Gase. Who's the guy you wanted from the Chargers? Who's the guy you wanted from the Colts?
Steichel or something like that.
Yeah, those 2 guys for those 2 teams you wanted because they had strong-armed quarterbacks that were immobile.
Yep.
So did Gase.
Yeah, well, I guess I'd be more excited if it were a guy that I was actually finding in my deep dive as opposed to Gase. I'm not thrilled with Gase. I guess that's where my bottom line is on that. I know he's the name.
You were thrilled with him in East Lansing.
Well, because I think, yes, for East Lansing it would make sense because it's college. It's a different kind of step. It's a different kind of prestige having a professional coach join the staff in college.
You've changed, man.
Are you thrilled with Adam Gase?
I actually would like Adam Gase to be the offensive coordinator with Detroit, yes. I would like it a lot.
I'm just not convinced he's the guy.
Well,
I'm not convinced he's a great offensive coordinator.
248-539-9797. Ticket text 97136.
I think what you're missing, Doug, in this whole new hotness of young offensive minds is offense in general. Because Bruce Arians is not young.
No.
But he just got hired by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Mike McCarthy's out there. Looks like the Jets might take a look at him and hire him. The point is, it's all about offense in the NFL nowadays, and especially that relationship with the quarterback, okay? You invest a lot of money into your quarterbacks, good or bad. Kirk Cousins making a ton of money. Matt Stafford making a ton of money. Young guys, Josh Rosen, Baker Mayfield. You got to make sure these guys play to their ceiling. That's the important thing. And owners and GMs know this, so that's why they're getting these offensive minds in here.
I don't have a problem with
you're investing a lot of money in that position. So you got to make sure that position does not fail.
I just find it very, very strange that not only have they gone, it's not just you can get along with a quarterback and be something other than young and have no Sean McVay. You could still get along with a quarterback. And it's not the offensive thing that I find curious. It's this fascination with young, inexperienced people with ties to Sean McVay. The Cardinals put in a release. He's friends with Sean McVay.
Does Matt Patricia talk to McVay at all?
I don't know. Maybe that's the problem.
We got to find out that relationship.
Karsch and Anderson, open lines, 248-539-9797. All right, we got sidetracked. Imagine that. We did not get to what we were scheduled to get to, and that is the number one priority in the offseason. We'll get to that today at 10:50. Doug Karsch and Scott Anderson on 97.1.